Another Tuesday, another gray cubicle. For Alex, every day felt like a carbon copy of the last, a monotonous cycle of wake, work, eat, sleep, and repeat. He'd scroll through his phone, seeing others living vibrant lives, and a familiar sense of stagnation would wash over him. He was stuck, a passenger in his own life, watching the scenery blur past without ever truly moving forward. He knew something had to change, but the idea of a massive life overhaul was paralyzing. Where would he even begin? The weight of his own inertia felt too heavy to lift. The change began not with a bang, but with a whisper. One evening, setting his alarm, Alex made a small, almost trivial decision. He set it for 30 minutes earlier. The next morning, instead of hitting snooze, he picked up a book he'd been meaning to read for months. It was just a few pages, a quiet moment of calm before the daily chaos. This single, tiny shift felt manageable, almost insignificant. Yet it was the first domino. It was a promise he made to himself, and for the first time in a long time, he kept it. Soon, that 30 minutes of reading became the foundation for more. Inspired by the small victory, Alex added a 15-minute workout, just some simple exercises in his living room. The rush of energy it gave him was undeniable. A week later, he started dedicating 5 minutes to journaling, scribbling down his thoughts and goals. This clarity led him to spend another 5 minutes planning his day each morning. Each habit was a small brick, seemingly unimportant on its own, but together they were building something solid. The montage of his life began to change, from lethargic scrolling to purposeful action, one small step at a time. Months passed. At work, an important project was faltering, and the team was losing direction. The old Alex would have stayed silent, avoiding the spotlight. But this was a new Alex. Drawing on the confidence and clarity he had cultivated each morning, he stood up in the meeting. He spoke with a newfound authority, outlining a clear, actionable plan he had mapped out. His colleagues, accustomed to his quiet demeanor, were visibly impressed. He wasn't just talking, he was leading. The project was a resounding success, and for the first time, he felt a deep sense of professional pride and accomplishment. As he looked back, Alex realized his life hadn't been transformed by some grand, dramatic event. It was reshaped by the quiet consistency of those small, daily efforts. The early mornings, the pages read, the workouts completed, the thoughts journaled, they were the tiny, persistent drops of water that had carved a new path. He understood now that true, lasting change isn't about giant leaps. It's about the small, determined steps you take every single day, and the person you become along the way.